The next set of operators we're going to be learning are the membership and identity operators. So we're going to be starting with the membership operators. So here we have membership operators. And under the membership operators, we have the in operator and we have the not in operator. Membership operators are used to establish whether a value is inside a collection or sequence of values. For instance, in Python, there is what we call a list, which is a sequence of values. To create a list, we enclose values inside of a square bracket separated by commas. We can have something like nums is equal to square bracket. Inside of this square bracket, I'm going to provide the values. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, with the membership operators, I can establish whether a given value is inside of this list or inside of this sequence of numbers. For instance, if I want to establish whether 2 is inside of this list, I can make use of the in operator. I can have something like result is equal to 2 in nums. In other words, I'm trying to establish whether the value 2 is inside of the list. If the value is inside the list, it is going to return true. If not, it is going to return false. Now let me print out the result. Here I have print result. Now let me run the program, and as you can see, we have a true. If I change this to 1, I'm also going to get true because 1 is inside of the list. If I change this to 5, I'm also going to be getting a true. But if I provide a number that is not inside of this list, I'm going to get false. If I change this to 6, I'm going to get a false because 6 is not inside of this list. Now the next operator is the not in operator. This is the opposite of the in operator. In other words, I'm trying to establish that this particular value is not inside of this list. So I can have 6 not in. So here I have not in nums. And because 6 is not inside of the nums, this expression is going to evaluate to true. Now, if I run this program, you can see that we have true. But if I provide a value that is inside of this list, I'm going to get a false. So if I have something like 4 not in nums, this is going to return a false. So as you can see, we have a false. Now let's look at the identity operators. So here we have identity operators. Identity operators are used to check whether two values are exactly the same thing. Under the identity operators, we have the is operator and we'll have the is not operator. Now let me provide an example. Here I'm going to have nums, or let's say nums1 is equal to, I'm going to be making use of a list. So here we have 1, 2, 3. Here I'm also going to have nums2 is equal to nums1. Now let me have another variable. So here I can say nums3 is equal to, I can have 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to be using the is operator to establish whether any of these variables are the same thing. Because when we say identity operators, we're not trying to establish equality. We're trying to assert, or we're trying to establish that the two values are the same thing in memory. So If I have something like result is equal to nums1 is nums2. Now let me print out the results and run the program. This is going to be returning a true. And the reason for this is because nums2 is assigned to nums1, which means that they're exactly the same thing. When we get to deep copy and shallow copy, you understand more about the identity operators. But for now, I want you to know that when you are using the identity operators, you are not trying to establish whether they're equivalent to each other. You are simply trying to establish that these two values are the same thing or not the same thing. Now, if I change this one to nums3, then run the program, you can see that we'll have a false, in as much as they contain the same values, but they are not the same thing in memory. Now, if I write nums1 is not nums3, then this is going to be returning a true. So this is basically how to use the membership and the identity operators. As we dive deeper in Python, we're going to learn more about the membership operators and identity operators and how you can make use of these operators in your programs.